But our brain's basic function is to calculate from the information that is already stored inside it and not the information that has not come in its experience yet. So we try to use mind like an AI which controls our boundaries and limits our possibilities. Rather, we should use the mind as a calculator which calculates the information that is given to us and use Vedic practices to sharpen our intellect. So, yogis and our rishis have defined that the mind has four major parts. One is Buddhi. Buddhi is our intellect, which is based on the memory that is already stored inside our mind. Second is Manas. Manas is the memory that is stored in every cell inside our body. Third is Ahamkara. Namaskar. My name is Raj, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Seeking Raj. Continuing in my spirituality series, I will talk about mind and how we have understood it incorrectly. We identify ourselves with memories that are stored inside our mind, and these memories define who we are and what we desire. But our brain's basic function is to calculate from the information that is already stored inside it and not the information that has not come in its experience yet. So we try to use mind like an AI which controls our boundaries and limits our possibilities. Rather, we should use the mind as a calculator which calculates the information that is given to us and use Vedic practices to sharpen our intellect. Another mistake we do is we use our mind for decision making. Now, mind, if we put on any situation, what it does is it calculates the pros and cons of that situation. If you want to evaluate a person, it will calculate pros and cons of that person. Any decision we want to take with a person or a situation like a job or marriage, what happens is we overthink, we calculate the pros, we calculate the cons, but we are never able to decide because mind is not going to give you a decision. It is doing its job, which is giving you a proper evaluation of a person or a situation. Decision making is done from the gut, and I will explain this in detail in my next video. Through yogic practices, we try to calm our mind from various thoughts, past traumas, and future worries that trouble us during meditation. After a lot of sadhana, while we are able to slow down our mind and reach a state where there are very limited thoughts or no thoughts, that is the time we are able to open various capabilities of our mind. We can also remember the things that we thought we had forgotten, and this state would also give you a sharper intellect. So, the information that is stored in our mind and the information that we can access are two different things. And that is why these yogic practices are designed to use the mind to its maximum capabilities. So, this will become easier when we understand the construct of the mind. So, yogis and our rishis have defined that the mind has four major parts. One is Buddhi. Buddhi is our intellect, which is based on the memory that is already stored inside our mind. Second is Manas. Manas is the memory that is stored in every cell inside our body. Third is Ahamkara. Ahamkara is the sense of identity, how we identify ourselves through the memories that we have of our childhood or of the experiences that we have had. And we can also call it our ego. Number four is Chitta. Chitta is pure intelligence as it connects us to the memory or the information that is stored inside the cosmos. Through Vedic practices, it is possible to explore all these four parts of the mind, to sharpen our intellect, to access the infinite wisdom that is stored inside the universe. I will try to get deeper into this subject. Buddhi, which is our intellect, it is like whatever information that is stored. If we practice more, if we train our mind, it gets sharper. Manas is a more complicated one. Now, this has got information stored inside every cell of the body. So, all the traumas that we had from childhood, we think that they are stored inside our mind as a memory. And if we just lock it down, we will not be able to access it and it will not trouble us in future. But that's not the case. Every trauma that you have faced, even if it is an abuse or you were insulted or humiliated and you felt it inside your body, that information gets stored inside the body, inside the manas. The cells inside the body carry this information till the time you don't address it. So, through Vedic practices, when you relive the entire experience in your head, when you're taken back to that memory and you live that entire experience, so starting from the one that is stored in your mind, that entire memory from your body is completely removed so that you feel released from that trauma. Until then, if you just try to subside that trauma from your mind or your body, you will never be able to get over that phase, and that will affect your future relationships and future decisions that you take. Ahamkara. Ahamkara is not anger. Ahankara is the sense of identity that we have from the memories that are stored inside us. So, whatever value system that we have, whatever things that we've been taught by our parents, whatever things we've observed, we have learned from our surroundings, these are the things that get stored inside our mind, and we identify ourselves with these memories to say that this is the kind of person I am because I have been brought up with this kind of a value system. So, if a person is brought up in a business family, he would have a different mindset. If he is brought up with working parents, he will have a different mindset. He will be a consequence of the memories and the experiences that he has had, and his future decisions would be made based on that identity. That is also our ego. So, in Vedic practices, we want to destroy this ego if we want to access the super intelligence, which is the Chitta. Let's talk about Chitta. Through various spiritual practices, a yogi or a sadhak tries to access this part of the mind which connects it to the infinite wisdom that is stored inside the cosmos. So, Chitta can only be accessed through bhava, purest of feelings and sweetness of emotions. This is a part where modern science can never reach, even if it dissects the entire brain. Once a sadhak accesses Chitta, with purest of his feelings, love, devotion towards the divine, he gets access to this wisdom of the entire universe, which makes him wiser, more intuitive, and a mature soul. On the weekends, we practice these kriyas to explore various possibilities of a human mind, how to meditate better, how to calm your mind down, access all these four memories in a carefully designed course with numerous successful outcomes. You would find more information in the description below. So, that was a brief on how our human mind is constructed based on the information passed on by yogis, rishis, and my own experiences. The next episode is about how intelligence in relationships is like using a knife to stitch a torn cloth. My name is Raj, and you were watching Seeking Raj. Namaskar.